Hi, I'm Mac McCarthy, and I help people with their breakups, relationships, situationships, and limited beliefs. Today, we're going to get into what if my ex is breadcrumbing with social media posts? So, this was a question that was actually asked yesterday in the live stream. And if you have any questions out there, go ahead and go to writemac.com and send it in. Let me know if you want me to talk about a subject on the next live stream. So it was a good question. We were talking about some other things yesterday, so I thought I would readdress it and give it my full attention. And if you want to book a live coaching session at writemac.com to fully unpack your situationship, limited belief, or breakup, all coaching sessions are done with me. I don't have an assistant that does that. And all sessions are refundable if you don't find them useful or helpful. I've been doing this for a long time, and I'm very good at it. All right, so my ex is breadcrumbing. Now what? Okay, so let me break this down a little bit for you. Break it down a little bit deeper. Number one, are you sure it's for you? If you've been apart for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 6 months, are you sure they're not sending those messages? Because breadcrumbing to me is not a direct message. So just, is it wishful thinking? Be honest with yourself. Number one. Number two, is nostalgia a possibility? Not wanting you back, but just reminiscing about a song that you used to play that on that day, in that hour, in those minutes, that person posts that and just feels it rather than they really want you back. Because I know in my own life, I have a few exes, and sometimes you think about them, and sometimes you think about them fondly or in a good way, but you don't necessarily want them back. People that are extremely active on social media, they might post some things that's just nostalgia. It's just a good moment. Just like if someone was like, oh, this was Christmas in 1984, here's a picture, right? So just keep that in mind. Number three, this is a big one. Could just be a drunk post. I've actually had clients tell me this before where someone posted, oh, I miss so-and-so so much. It was all deep. It was all this, just like a drunk text. They contact each other like, I'm sorry, I was really drunk. Translation, I also wanted some intimacy. So, I mean, just keep that in mind. That's a possibility. I'm not saying that's true. I'm not trying to hurt anyone out there that's like, oh, no, they were breadcrumbing. They missed me. I'm just saying, let's look at some alternative possibilities about this. Number four, how did you break up? What kind of person are they? So even if they are breadcrumbing you, how'd you break up? You know, that's a question you got to ask yourself. Are they the type of person that would breadcrumb you? You know them better than I do, right? So, number five, if they really wanted you back, would they call you? Okay, so breadcrumbing on social media. Breadcrumbing on social media is one thing. Would they be the type of person that has the gusto, the guts to just call you up? Now, there's a lot of people out there that are passive aggressive. They would be the types to breadcrumb, right? They are extremely active on social media. They're game players. They're indirect. They're unconfident. Those kinds of things. Okay, so that's just goes into this, right? So if they really wanted you back, would they call you? If you're like, no, they wouldn't. So there's certain people when they break up, they're like, I'll never call you back. When I break up, it's never going to happen. They're dug in. They're 100%. They're 1,000%. They're double stamping it. So those kinds of people might be the types to breadcrumb. And just keep in mind, do you even want to be with someone that wants to breadcrumb? Eduardo Martinez, I've been looking for you in the daylight with a flashlight, my friend. You've been on a milk carton out here. Good to see you, my friend. All right. Why won't you call them? Right? On the flip side, why won't you call them? It's been too long. There's too much wreckage on the road. They cheated on you. What did they do? Why won't you call them? You got these passive aggressive, these breadcrumbs. I'm not telling you to call them back. I'm just telling you to write this down and answer this question. What's holding you back from calling them? Oh, maybe rejection. What is it? All right. By the way, I just saw my numbering here. I skipped 7. Who likes 7 anyways? Number 8, if you had to guess, why are they doing this? Why are they breadcrumbing you? Why are you participating? That's a good question. Like, why are you watching their social media posts Just let me get a mic check and let's see if everyone's still on deck. This is weird because the electrics just went out for a millisecond. I'm coming back onto the live stream. Just confirm that you got me here, because it's saying that we're still live. So rather than start over, let me know. We got 8 on deck, it says. Thank you, May. I appreciate you. Gracias. Okay, got it. Wow, that's loyalty. Just went ding. Everything went out. So let's get back on the topic. BB, if you're on deck. Rob IS, Eduardo Martinez, May, Bueno. All right, so getting back to the talk. What if my ex is breadcrumbing with social media posts? What if? Why are you tracking them? Why are you tracking them? Do you want to get back with them? What's the deal? So if you had to guess, this is a great question for your entire life whenever you have some problem. If you had to guess, why are they doing this? And be honest. You're like, oh, well, this is, this time 2 years ago is when we went to Scotland together, golfing or something. You know what I mean? What is it? What do you think it is? What do you think the reason is? Right? If you had to guess. Number 9, what's your patterns been? So this is a big question. Are you the type of people that be passive aggressive or post things online that are cute or nostalgic? Is that something you've done in the past? If that's how you guys communicate, right? Possibly. Then they're doing that as a back channel. Number 10, the most important question. What do you want to believe? What do you want to believe? I saw a YouTube video where Joe Rogan was talking about the UFO thing and some other things. I know there's a ton of stuff out there right now. And he was like, honestly, I really want to believe it. So he gets into it deeper. Do you want to believe that they're breadcrumbing you? Because you could easily say like, nah, this is just maybe for someone else. It's just perception. That being said, I think if the circumstances are where you want to talk to them, it's been a couple years or it's been a year, why not reach out? The best case scenario, if they really wanted to get back with you or really were thinking about you, how hard is it just to send you a text or a message? Right? How hard is that? I have had situations before in my own life where someone didn't want to get back with me. She didn't want to get back with me. We were dating before, but not necessarily together, but we had a really good run when we were dating, and just sent me an email like we were, to the effect of, I miss you sometimes. I was thinking of you today, but I got a fiance. Right? Okay. That's not wanting me back. That's just saying, I just wanted to let you know that. Right? Okay. Is that something to pursue? Not really, because they're getting married. Maybe they want to hook up before they get married, but I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to be a part of that guilt net. I don't want to be involved in that, because if someone's getting married and they have questionable, they're questioning that and they want you to be the person to maybe sway their mind as a better option, then they're going to look at it like, well, if I get with you, you better marry me because I'm giving up marriage, right? So it's just a bad situation to be in. I got 2 stories on deck. BB, met my ex-girlfriend's passing by my house twice. Obviously, that's not a question I can answer without more info, right? If it's on the way to work, if it's completely out of her way, how did you establish that it's her for sure? Would be my first question. Number 2 would be, does she live in the area? I know clients that are in breakups that do this regularly. Oh, I drove by the house. The worst one I've heard of was the guy drove by. He was 25, 26. And his ex-girlfriend lived with her parents. And her parents were pretty well off, he said. Lived in a really nice house, big house. And he said that he drove by the house and the mom was out in front watering the lawn or doing something and saw him drive by. Now, when you think about it, it's very passive, right? They, in some cases, they might not necessarily want you back. They're just checking on curiosity, if you have someone in their car. So I would have to know more to the scenario with that, BB. I think you've come on the live stream before. And if you did, I'm thinking your last name was Bonilla or something like that for some reason in my head. But I could be wrong. Bobby Bonilla, but that's a baseball player. Maybe I'm wrong. And, you know, it depends on your situation. If they're coming by your house and you're like, it's way out of their way, I know they're checking up on me, why don't they have the guts to call you up or text you? I mean, if you call them, some people like that know they want you back, especially women, even though they want you back, they don't want to show their cards or let their guard down. It's a conflict because on one end, they're like, they've already sold themselves on why they broke up with you, but they also have these feelings that they're fighting. And for them, if you call them up, they're like, oh no, I didn't drive by your house. So if you're going to hit her back up, or you feel like maybe this is a time to call her, don't say, yeah, I see you drove by my house twice, because that'll put her on guard and kind of she has to address that. I don't think she's going to be comfortable with that. What if they drop by on unexpectedly? Depends on the terms of the breakup. I mean, if the terms of the breakup were the other person is turning into a creep or a stalker or extremely clingy, they're not accepting the breakup, then you shouldn't be stopping by. If someone's seeing someone else, and this is what's really hard, sometimes you have one person that's growing as an individual that feels like they're going to be just fine single, and the other person feels like it's going to be the worst thing of their life, and they're clinging on for dear life. They show up at your house, it's like, it's embarrassing. It's uncomfortable, right? If someone's going to drop in unexpectedly, it doesn't usually work well. I've heard of this repeatedly, and the other person thinks like, oh, I'll surprise them with flowers, cards, and candy. It's not Hollywood. And that would work if the breakup or the argument was that you weren't showing them enough attention, or you weren't showing them enough love, or, you know, then by you doing that, which you might be overcompensating, you're addressing what happened in the breakup. Whereas if their problem is, I just want to be single, there's a person I like at work, you dropping by is not going to help the situation. Doesn't live here 30 miles away, and I was outside doing yard work with my brother. Well, there you go. If it's 30 miles away, it's completely out of their way, and you know it was her for sure, yeah, she's curious. What do you want? I know it's been a while. I have a good memory, huh, BB? Mr. Benny, I think you were in Texas, if I remember right. Could be wrong. But, or Cali, Texas. If your situation is that you want to call her up about that, like I said, I don't know if that's going to go well, because she might be embarrassed that she got caught driving by your house, but she's obviously still interested. Trying to remember your situation. If you want to call in today, BB, I do have time for that. I do have 2 stories to get to first. The unexpected arrival is really not in keeping with someone trying to regain attraction. No, it's movie stuff. Like I said, if the problem was you don't show me enough attention, or you're not thoughtful enough, well, then maybe you do try flowers. It's not something like that's specific to the problem. If the problem is, they want to break up with you on multiple grounds, showing up and trying to talk them out of it is counterintuitive, right? I'm glad you're back, Eduardo. I'm glad you're back. All right, so got 3 of these. Now, in the comments, if you've ever had a situation, have you ever breadcrumbed someone before in social media, or been cryptic in messages with friends to try to get your ex's attention back? Personally, I've never done that. I know people try it. Usually people try it on the other end when they were the one that was dumped or broken up with, to try to get someone jealous. For someone to breadcrumb you to come back a year or 2 years later, then that's something that you might want to investigate. You might want to call them or text them if the smoke is cleared. If, like I said in the examples, one of the ones not to overlook, it could be a drunk post. I have a client talked to a while back. And literally she got some kind of text like, oh, I miss you. Oh, I've been thinking about you, and went into some sexual things. She texted back, and 2 days later, he's like, honestly, I was really drunk. I overreacted. I was really in the mood, and I don't want to get back together. And it crushed her, right? That's a possibility, because in their particular breakup, they're already apart. They've been apart. You got me? So, Texas, I'm pretty good. BB, I would book a live coaching session. We got to unpack this for you if you still want to get back with her. I don't remember the specifics of your breakup. Let me think for a minute. Something to do with work and money. It was something to do with work and money that you didn't have enough money at that time, and you lied about money. It's like I'm a psychic, right? I'm trying to recall what we talked about here. It was something about that. And then when you lied about the money part or the job, things have changed in that, like your dad's business or something like that. Am I correct? People in live stream are like, what are you talking about? It's like my mind goes, choo, 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 choo. What was it again? Double B, but I do remember Bania. Anything else is likely to fail. I mean, it's tough because people like to be proactive, and they want to show their love. They want to show that they're in certain situations. It could work. In most cases, it's too soon. It's too quick, and it doesn't come off genuine. It comes off like, oh, you're just doing that, right? One of the reasons my memory is so good, Eduardo, is because I believe it's good. And that's why when I always say, I have a good memory, I'm just reaffirming that to my subconscious. I'm just reaffirming that. I've always had a good memory for certain things. People's names, people's stories. Ironically, I've lived in another country for 13 years, and I still haven't learned the language. You think I would be able to remember languages better? That's for another show, another topic, but Thai is a really hard language to learn. All right, so we got stories on deck, 10 on deck. If you want to throw some money on the super chat for my lunch, that would be appreciated. If you don't, that's all good too. We got Eduardo Martinez back on deck. Cardian at the gate, Rob IS, proactive, yes, but must be done in the right way with the right timing. Most guests really want to push to regain what was lost and do embarrassing, ridiculous things. The biggest thing with that, Rob, if you do something ridiculous, if you do go with flowers, cards, and candy because you saw a movie or your grandmother said, oh, just bring her a box of chocolates, and you do that and it goes wrong, the most important thing to do is to accept that it went wrong, leave the premises immediately, leave on good terms with good intentions, and don't call back again. So people go, you can start no contact at any moment, but if you started on where you tried and then leave it alone, the problem is when people continuously try and just get annoying like a mosquito, right? It's like now you're just throwing guilt nets everywhere. When I was younger, I did some of those ridiculous things as well, age 17 to 20 roughly. It's all over 80s movies, right? I think it's going in the opposite direction now. That's really encouraging people to be non-romantic. All right. So I got that right. I got that right on the story. All right, buddy. Yeah, continuously trying, calling a recipe for disaster. It really is. And the continuous part's the worst part. Do it one time. Try. Sometimes I'm like, look, go ahead. You want to try that? Go ahead and try it. If it fails, leave it alone. Well, then what do I try next? Stop trying. Well, then that means that I'm not fighting for the relationship. Well, fighting for the relationship can make someone feel validated and good. If I break up with a girl and I'm, set in that ways, but she's fighting for the relationship and she wants my attention, and this goes for men or women, it feels good. You guys not going to be like, oh, yeah, just stop calling me. It's like, oh, it feels good. Yeah, paid off the IRS. There you go. Some money thing. 80s movie really lied to all of us on that specific topic. I would say this, Rob. Times are different. Times have changed. Internet, all these other things. There's so much influence from the internet that in the 80s, some tactics would have worked that don't work now. I think we can agree on that, right? In the 1950s, people were meeting people through church, family, friends, and they'd get married at 19. Things have changed. I don't know if they're better. I don't know if they're worse. I do know that some of the content that's being flung out there, that's all men do this, all women do that, is leading people like sheep into what the host of the show wants you to believe, which is really what the reality is to them, right? If someone's selling a product, they need to sell, well, everyone's going through what you're going through. It's such a hard thing. You know, getting back on deck with your life, your finances, your body, getting in good shape, those are simple things that we've made more difficult. If you self-help or work on yourself, find your passion. What do these generalizations even mean sometimes? Okay. If you get into it, it's like, yeah, you need to exercise and take care of yourself. You need to have a decent job or purpose or income, those kinds of things. And to make it more difficult than that, where you're like, all women are like this, all men are like this, I saw it on a TV show, all this. How are you going to be a better human being? How are you going to be a better catch? How are you going to find someone that you deserve and they deserve you? All right. All right. What's your top 5 favorite 80s movies, Rob? All right, let's get into the stories. We got Rye Flynn on deck. I was waiting for you, actually, Rye. The thing that is the time-tested subconscious tries to never really altered. I mean, look at texting. Texting's changed communication. It's changed. Like 1950s, 1980s, they left me on red. You never had that. That's a new element to dating and communication. All right. Now, if you're like, oh, time-tested subconscious attraction, isn't there a different element with texting? Let me think. Good question. Good way to approach that, Rob. Don't be impulsive. All right. Got 12 on deck. Here's a story. Hey, Coach, I saw someone put in the live stream yesterday that their ex was breadcrumbing them on social media. I feel like this is happening to me right now. My ex and I have been broken up for over a year now, but we still have each other on Facebook, and he keeps posting pictures of places we used to go, and even one picture with me in it. He just tagged good times. Okay. You could be reading into that. Again, is he a nostalgic type of guy? Is he going through just a low moment in his life? Maybe he just lost a job and he's just reaching out to everyone, friends and family, that were good times. He also tagged a song recently, Owned, Good Together. Great song, actually, if you guys ever look that up, which we were really good together. We went on hikes together. We even do beach cleanups with a garbage bag and just the two of us. Well, sounds romantic. We were really good together, but he just had insecurity issues. And also, if I was late for anything, even if I was 5 minutes, he would just stonewall me and make a super big deal out of it. Those are things that are literally things that people can break up over. People that are really on time all the time and sticklers about that. I've heard of people breaking up over that before. I've had issues with that with girlfriends before because I can be late sometimes myself, because I'm pretty carefree. And people that are like on time all the time, it burns them up. To break up over that's a bit extreme. If you're saying it was only 5 minutes after we broke up, he declared the words no contact in a text message and never called me again until 3 months later. He sent a random text saying sorry for how he treated me and that he had been dating, but nothing seemed to be going right, and that sometimes he misses me. At the time, I was dating a guy I liked, but turned out to be bad. So the timing was wrong, but 3 months later, he wanted to get back with you. So, or he was interested, he missed you. So if a year from now, you're saying, if he contacted you 3 months after, then maybe the breadcrumbs are true. If the only reason you broke up is because he was being petty about you being late, then maybe the breadcrumbs are true. Okay. That being said, what do you want to do about it, right? So we'll get to that in a moment. 3 months later, it was another insecure issue with me just talking to other men. How do I keep getting these types of guys? Well, we could book a live coaching session and talk about that. A lot of times when you're getting a certain type of guy or you're getting a certain type of woman repeatedly, there's a pattern there. You think it's bad luck. It's actually what you're filtering for. So you actually, the idea that you actually believe that you get insecure guys is making it true. This is why I don't like when people label themselves, like attachment theory, because by labeling yourself, you're going to make it more true. You're not going to make it more untrue. If you're going to say, hey, I've had this individual relationship where this guy was late, and you get into the details without a label, then you can really peel the layers back a little bit better. Once you put a label on it, oh, that's just how I am, you're going to retract those kinds of things over and over again. It was another insecure issue with, okay, I'm sorry. Anyways, the social media posts that I mentioned, I know they're about me, and he's too proud to just call me. I believe it's okay for me to call or text him. I mean, at this point, if he broke no contact 3 months in, if you're interested in revisiting things with him, and I saw someone on my live stream yesterday. I feel like this is happening right now. My ex and I have broken up so it's been over a year. You've both dated other people. The issues of your breakup weren't extreme moral issues. So I would say go ahead and call him or text him. Break the ice. If he says, oh, I just posted those things out of this, but I would say you don't even need to mention those posts, because those posts mean something to you because you want them to mean something to you because you're interested in revisiting things. So why wait for him? It's totally fine to reach out. If he doesn't want to talk to you, it would be different if what you broke up over was something that you're still angry about. And being late for things is something that seems ridiculous. And he admitted 3 months later that he missed you. So I would say you can contact him, right? And if it doesn't go well, you're back to where you are now. You don't lose anything by that. I believe it's okay for me to call or text him. I just scared to be rejected and believe since he broke up with me that he should call me. But I know he's got too much pride and he believes in sticking to his word of no contact. Well, he broke no contact 3 months later, right? So he already broke that once. I would say the time that he broke it, you rejected him. So this is why it's really good to write your story. If you rejected him, he has more of a reason a year later not to contact you thinking you're with someone else, right? So does that make sense? So now if you said, hey, what have you been up to, and break the ice and see where things go, fine. If he is cold with you, fine. You don't really have nothing to lose. Who's going to see the rejection? Where's the rejection at? Should I send him breadcrumbs back? No, I wouldn't do that. That's two wounded birds trying to fly here. Come on, guys. Like, two broken wings don't, come on. Don't do breadcrumbs back. If you're interested, text him like, hey, what have you been up to? I've been thinking of you. Break the ice. What if I just call him? Will I ruin things? No, I don't think so, because it's a discovery mission. If you really think that video and those things are for you, he contacted you 3 months after the breakup, go for it. I would be willing to revisit things, and he was a good guy. Well, then go for it. And if he's cold or upset, then you got it. You're done. Fizz Ray, absolutely. Go ahead and ask some questions. I have one more story, but we got 16 on deck. Super chat is welcome. Rob IS, anyone else that wants to mention a question about the relationship, or I will offer an invite if you want to come on to unpack something. If you don't want the video on, you can actually go audio only. Yeah. So there's the invite. This is a popular topic, huh? And it's so funny because breadcrumbing is an opinion of how it's perceived, right? But sometimes you're like, oh yeah, that was our song. Sometimes people use the same song for a different couple. Stonewall after being 5 minutes late. People are like that. I dated a girl for a while that was like that got really pissed. Like, you're 5 minutes late to text or call or anything like that, and it would just stonewall. It was just an issue. And you'd be like, are you serious? People are nuanced with that. But the thing is, the subconscious reacts to the same elements of strength and absence. Okay, the media which is presented has changed, but the end result is still a constant stonewall, still a constant. Bread-crumb exchange program, don't do that. That's game playing leads nowhere. Two wrongs don't make a right. And really, like in this particular case, this is why it's so good to write out your story, okay? Because if you would just ask me, like yesterday in the live stream, innocently, hey, my ex seems to be breadcrumbing me. What do you think? I need to know more of your story, and then I can tell you what I really think. Where I got more to that story, it's like, oh, you've been apart 1 year. Oh, 3 months out of the relationship, they contacted you, but you rejected them. Oh, a year later, and you had a good relationship, I think you can contact them. When you're younger too, I don't know, this individual didn't mention their name, but people break up out of pride and just getting their way. And when a year or 2 years later, they're like, yeah, that was stupid. Some people just want to win arguments and they end up breaking up. It's like, it wasn't worth it. That's part of relationships, is that you got to find common ground, agree to disagree. Or, when you're just pissed off about something, sometimes you just need to go for a walk, go for a drive, get some space, get 2 or 3 hours, get away from the situation, come to your senses and be like, I'm overreacting. I'm just having a bad day because I had a bad day at work or a bad week at work. Right? And people, and they just dump that. Now, when it's a pattern, when they just keep doing the same thing, good luck. Fizz Ray. Okay, so my ex broke no contact with me after she broke up with me. And we have been texting, and it feels like mixed feelings, to be honest. I don't want my feelings about her. So what's the question? Do you want to come on right now? You can get that link and we can do audio only. She said she wants to come visit me. Okay. I mean, why are your feelings mixed? Why did she break up with you, and why do you want her back? Those would be the first questions. What were the problems in the relationship, and are they fixable? So if it's long distance, are you guys going to move to the same city within the next few months? If it's cheating, can you forgive them? If it's stealing, I saw this post on Instagram. We got 11 on deck. Give me your take on this. Not everyone on my channel is from America. But just if you think it's true, I might have mentioned this a few days ago or yesterday. This guy said that 26% of Americans have reported not having sex for a year. What irks me when people do these studies, it's like, I'm American, I wasn't asked. So it's obviously not a poll of everyone in America, but you're presenting it as a poll of everyone in America. This is what's misleading nowadays with these studies. Do you believe that would be true? 26%? It's a high number. 1 year? It would be interesting to question that 26%, what they're doing with that buildup. Yes. What about Mexicans? Great question. Great question. What about North America? Let's put them in the study, right? Let's put them in the study. You know what I mean? like I said, whenever someone mentions that, it's like, well, I'm American. I wasn't asked. I wasn't a part of the poll. Oh, polls are showing that America. Like, have you ever thought about that? I think it's 370 million or something in America. I could be wrong, but like, yeah, the polls show. It's like I wasn't polled. Were you polled? Were you a part of this poll? But everyone goes, yeah, 36% of Americans. Of how many? There's no poll or study that even takes 1 million people. I don't think. How do you even do that? What happens too is then people go, oh yeah, that's so true, and then they gang up on that concept and they get attached to it, and they're like, oh, this is true for everyone, and it's true for me, and then they, like, it's like this pity part. It's like, just deal with your own life, man. Like the last month we started arguing, and it was mostly good before the last month, but in the last month I lost people in my life, and I don't know if I was grieving or just weren't in it. Wait, I just want to know, is it good she broke no contact? And when I asked why, she was like, I saw you in public and wanted to text you. All right, dude. Could be a female. I need more information. So if you want to write your story into writemac.com, if you just want like a surface-based answer, is it good she broke no contact? Is it good to you? Is that something you want? Do you want to get back with her? I'm sorry for your loss with your relatives or your friends. My heart goes out to you sincerely. And that can definitely change your behavior, your temperament, and your patience with people, like at work. And it can affect your relationship. Absolutely. So if you're still going through that process, right, and you're saying we just weren't in it. So usually the subconscious pulls up the first thing. So I would say the grieving did affect it, if that's your first example in your head. Why you just weren't in it, I mean, that's just vague. I mean, you're not giving me very many details here to give you advice. She said she saw you in public and wanted to text you. So did she feel sorry for you because, you've lost these relatives? You're going to have to be vulnerable and give me some more details. She said she wants to come visit me. Do you want her to visit you? Right? Like, if someone breaks no contact and you're like, what should I do? What do you want? So many people are like, well, if I do this, then they'll do this. It's like, well, what do you want? Well, I'd like to get back with them. On what terms? Well, I'd like to get back with them long term. All right, if you'd like to get back with them long term, you still got to, like, after you break up for a significant amount of time, you got to start dating and going out again and meet up one time. And just when you meet up that one time, it's now a discovery mission to see where you stand and where you're at. And if you guys get intimate or you guys get huggy and kissy, you'll know it. If you guys divulge to each other, I missed you, but being in each other's presence is going to reveal a lot. So I would say go for that if you want to see what that's like, depending on how long it's been, if that makes sense. So otherwise, like I said, my link's up if you want to join and unpack your thing. Anytime someone breaks no contact, it's not necessarily always a good thing. But if someone says, I saw you in public and wanted to text you, okay, sounds good. What do you want it to mean? What do you want to believe? Do you want to believe that they want you back? And if you had this grieving, are you ready to be in it? We just weren't it. I wouldn't reconcile with my ex. I outgrew that person and myself from that time. Absolutely. And you got a new girlfriend, right, Eduardo? So, people always ask, like, oh, when am I going to stop thinking about this? When am I going to get over this? Probably when you get in a new good relationship. That's when it'll really dissipate the past ones or put them, off a pedestal. Subset with a degree of accuracy 19 times out of 20 within 3 to 4%. What are you saying? Do you think that's remotely accurate? 26% of the population is going without intimacy for a year in the States. Do you think that's remotely possible? Or do you think that might be understated? Because I think there'd be some people that would lie about that. I'm already at 6 months. Well, I hope you're doing semen retention. At least you're getting something out of it. A friend of mine was like, I've seen those videos before, and he was saying, oh, your seed's so important. It's part of your power. It's part of this, right? I'm like, all right, I've seen that before. I'm like, have you done it before, semen retention? He goes, yeah, I've done it. I go, how long did you do it for? He goes, 2 weeks. Because I've seen people online before, like, I've done it for 6 months. I'm like, where does it go? So I had this client a while back, and he said, he's 41 or 42 now, probably. And he had a breakup in his late or mid 20s. I remember his story. Basically, the girl was a little bit younger. I think she was in her mid 20s and he was like in his early 30s. But he had a daughter. He had like a 7 or 8 year old daughter at the time. And they were doing really well. Their relationship was great. And then he was like, I think we should move in together. And it was after a year or 2 years. And the girl he was dating was like, look, you have a kid. I don't want to do that. And broke up with him. So it really crushed him and upset him because they were doing well. And by extending his hand to live together, it made the girlfriend uncomfortable. And she was younger. She's like, I just don't want to commit to that. And so he's like, I didn't have sex for 2 years. And he didn't jack off for 2 years. I was like, what's that like? And he goes, it's funny because you have wet dreams again. He goes, it has to go somewhere. He goes, you'll have a drip at night. I never had one of those when I was a teenager. If I do meet up with her, which I think I will do, I talk about the past or where I am now or what? How long have you guys been broken up, Fizray? How old are you? How long were you together? So what happened in the past? Generally speaking, I would say keep it present, have fun, treat it like a date, and it's a discovery mission. So it's not about getting back together. Obviously, you don't want to get back where you were. It's about getting in each other's presence, feeling what it feels like to be in each other's presence. And if it's right, you'll feel it right away when you guys meet up. Like there'll be a little light in your eyes. She'll want to hug you. She'll get close to you. She'll show signs that she likes you. 5 months broken up, 6 months relationship, about to graduate. High school or college? Yeah, 5 months. There's not too much wreckage on the road then. I would say that meet up. Don't make it so heavy, bud. This isn't this isn't a wife or a divorce or a 5-year marriage or a 5-year relationship. So when you go into it, if the past comes up in conversation, fine. If the past is sad and heavy, I would say, why talk about it? Doesn't seem like you have, when you break up and something like cheating happens or someone's abused, someone's treated really badly, those are hard to come back to. It doesn't sound like that was the case here. It sounds like something got you off the track. So you just want to, it's a discovery mission, just one time, one date with no weight, with no like heavy expectations. Go out and have dinner, have drinks, and then have something planned afterwards if it goes well. If it doesn't go well, then you know where you stand and you're like, maybe we just weren't meant to be. But if you were meant to be, when you are with her, it should feel good. It should feel like you're still attracted to her. On a scale of 1 to 10, what's your attraction to her? On a scale of 1 to 10, what's your connection? On a scale of 1 to 10, what's your trust? Those are big things to look at so you can gauge what your relationship is and what you're getting into. I'd also add that if it's been 5 months and now they're reaching out, that means they miss you and they've had time to process what happened in the breakup and they still want you back. That is a good thing. It's just a question if you want them back and on what terms. All right, let me get into this other story. Or it's a little bit more of a question. So I've been getting these more often where it's not a full-on question. Hello, Coach Mac. I've been single now for a year, and I was wondering what's the best way to contact an ex that I know is single, but we haven't talked in 2 years. Should I email them or text? I mean, what's your primary source of comfort for you? Do you like emailing or do you like texting? I like to email people because I like to take time and write things out. If that's what you like to do, then I would say email. If you don't like to do that, then text. Email is more long form, text is more short form. People have issues with text sometimes because if they get left on read or their message doesn't get read, they start to get anxiety. So are you one of those people? They start to take it personal. The fact that I know I've been single now for a year. I was wondering what's the best way to contact an ex that I know is single, but we haven't talked in 2 years. Email or text is fine. You just got to break the ice. I think calling would be too forward. Probably in 2023 for a lot of people it would be, but I don't think so. I've gotten word from a mutual friend that she was talking about and said I was the best she ever had. You can read into that what you want, but I know for a period she really did love me. All right. Well, that's some nice intel you got from a friend of a friend. If you want to do a little bit more research on that, you can. But I would say at this point, text or email wouldn't be a bad idea. And if they don't respond, they don't respond. What do you got to lose? She's the adventurous type and moves around a lot, but recently she moved about 30 minutes from where I live. I'm thinking I'll just text her to ask her out. But do you think I should try to do some small talk first? Great question. Great question. I think if you haven't talked in 2 years and you just hit her up like, oh, I know you moved back in town. Do you want to get dinner? You could do that. It probably would catch her off guard. I wouldn't say it was a bad move, but I also would say that if you got into a text or a nice conversation to catch up a little bit before you ask that, it wouldn't be bad either. So I think either way, you're okay. You know her better than I do, but a little bit of back and forth in text. But if you're like, hey, I just want to hit her up and say, hey, I know you're back in town. Let's get dinner. I don't think that would be a bad move. You just don't have that much to lose. People overdo. Like, what are you going to lose here? You're like, oh, if I do it this way, then it won't work. If she really wants to go out with you, whether you make small talk or you ask her out, she's going to say yes if she wants to go either way, right? If you make small talk first through text, hey, heard you were in town. How are you doing? A lot of girls have told me, women have told me, they're so used to guys making irrelevant small talk through text or DM that they're kind of burnt on it. I don't know if any women in the chat feel that way, but they said that like a guy being like, hey, how are you? Hey, how's your day? Hey, what have you been up to? They're just like burnt on that. They'd rather make a date. They'd rather it be like, hey, do you want to get dinner on Friday at 7? Because they get so much of that. So, or maybe tell the mutual friend to ask her for me. I wouldn't do that. That's pretty weak. I don't know how close they are. If the friend gets involved, it could be embarrassing. If she wants to say no, but she's embarrassed, like, don't do that. Don't do that. What's your thoughts? I think I just gave. Love your channel, by the way. Really helped me in my last breakup, which was this ex, ironically. I don't think this breaking. I don't think this is breaking no contact now. No, great question. You're 2 years out, man. I mean, you're different people 2 years later. Just you don't have that much to worry about, right? Miguel Coronado. Man, we got the Latino connection out here today. I like it. Wish I would have learned Spanish from my grandma. Grandma was a Spaniard. If I do meet up with her, which I think I will do, talk about a post. Like, what should I talk about? 5 months broken up relationship after I grad. We are both graduating college. How often are you live? I don't know. I don't keep track of that. I don't have a spreadsheet on that. But if you want to talk right now, Fizz Ray. Miguel, don't say things like that. It's a minefield in the States. Oh my goodness. Latinos, Unidos. All right. Fizz Ray, like I said, if you want to, you can punch that link, turn your camera off, and we can talk about your situation. This is something I usually charge $125 an hour for. You want to do it? Let's do it. I think they know you're joking, bud, but thanks for clarifying that. That's such a loaded statement if someone's like, you're being a racist. It's like, okay. Oh no, Petty Betty's on deck. We were talking about breadcrumbing with social media posts, which I could see that happening to a lot of people. Like, oh, this, Mac, I feel like I will see my ex again, but this time it's going to be different. Absolutely. If a year or two goes by, it's going to be way different. She's always ready to talk, I know. But Fizz Ray's got a real situation here. He's graduating college. He's lost some loved ones. And he's got a decision about what they talk about. Like, those are the kinds of things I'm pretty good at what I do with helping people through their relationships. I can't tell you what to talk about. I mean, because what you'd talk about and what I'd talk about would be two different things, Fizz Ray. So what you always want to do, if I could put it in a nutshell, wow, I got 99 cents. Thanks for that, bud. I appreciate that. What I would say to that is, always be yourself. If you're a goofball, joker kind of person, be yourself. And when you have time, because you're just graduating college, you're probably 22, 23, if I had to guess. By the way, I graduated college at 25. So, I mean, I'm not saying that as a time, but you got to be yourself. So when you're like, what should I talk about? Don't talk about something that's cool. Don't take up some kind of red pill approach that isn't you. If you're a computer nerd, be a computer nerd. If you're be unique. And if you want to change your identity and who you are, that's going to take time. If you're going to go from an overweight Netflix watcher to someone that goes to the gym every day and makes movies, it's going to take some time, right? So when you say, like, what should we talk about? When we say, talk about your life, talk about who you are. Don't try to be different. You didn't try to get that girlfriend, right? You didn't try. And so a lot of the people that you're following on YouTube, they're just playing a character, right? And you're like, oh, this person's saying how they have a lineup and they have all these women. A lot of them don't show any pictures, right? So be unique, be genuine. There was a while back, I did a reaction to another video, and this guy that was a research junkie, computer nerd type guy, and he even clarified himself as a nerd, kind of dorky guy, but owned it. He even had like I was checking that. He had this really squeaky voice. He just owned it. And he was saying that in all his research, the best looking people on dating apps get the most attention. Surprise, surprise. Whether that's, the dynamics of their face or whatever, but they're going to get the most attention, right? So that's true. The people that are the best looking get the most attention on those things. Now, the other part of that, though, is some people have some nuanced types, just like music, right? Like I remember there was a girl I dated when I was like 18 or 19, really mellow, really laid back, cool, and she liked death metal music. And I was just like, really? I was like, I don't want to play that in the car. That's just music I don't really enjoy. I don't have any problem with anyone's music taste, but for me, that's the kind of music I just can't vibe with, or I don't like. That's one of the few ones like I can't casually listen to that. She loved it. It's kind of surprising. Same thing goes for people's taste. Sometimes there's women out there that like nerdy guys. There's women out there that like a cowboy. There's women out there that like different things. So being yourself, that girl liked you at some point. So going into it, what should I talk about? Talk about what you want to talk about. Don't go in there with some canned presentation like you're presenting a fucking PowerPoint to your class. Like, all right, I made notes before I went and met her. Just be yourself. If you can't be yourself when you meet up with her, then you got to do some other work on yourself with your confidence. Being a little bit nervous, like, that's okay. She might be a little nervous too. All right, I got it. We'll just go out once and go from there, and we'll tell me how I feel. I don't think I need to be worried, because at the end of the day, I know I've grown by myself. Good answer, bud. Very good. Discovery mission. Everyone gets ahead of themselves. Go on one date, see how that goes, and then go on another date. Plan a good date. Plan a date that has something next in case it goes well. I was in your same position a couple months ago, bro. Be yourself. Don't act tough. Yeah. You know? It doesn't sound like you're desperately wanting her back or trying to create some kind of 0 to 100 situation. So just go in with some open curiosity and talk about things. If the past comes up, go, when I lost those people in my life, it was really hard for me. I think I kind of acted different at the time. And you don't need to necessarily be like, I want to try again. You could just open up communications again, go out again. I think I'll have you screen my next date for me, Mac. I'll send you them your way first. No, I wouldn't. What I would filter for wouldn't be what you filter for, and I certainly wouldn't filter for men, right? So you got to trust your own instincts, son. Look, Odd Carlo, he said, I vibe with country music, especially Morgan Wallen. If you think about music in that way, right? Isn't it so interesting that people surprise you with some of the music they like? Like, you might not think that one of my favorite genres of music is hip hop. Grew up on it in the Bay Area, right? Love it. Don't listen to it as much. I love 80s music, like Hall and Oates, 70s music, Marvin Gaye, Curtis Mayfield. I like 60s music. Reminds me of my mom, because my mom always has a 60s radio station when I was a kid, like Coit or one of those. But heavy metal, I just can't even listen to it for 1 minute. Take care, Fizray. All the best, my friend. Do you want me to call him back? I have a date on Thursday, so I could talk about how he asked me out. Okay. Are you really ready to talk, though, or are you going to make a big production before you get started? Sometimes you kind of like dramify the situation a little bit, like, oh, I'm not ready yet. Are you ready to talk is the question, because I don't want to play any games right now. I don't want any breadcrumbs. Watch, she's going to go, oh, I don't know where the link is. Where's the link? I've posted it already, but we'll put it back up for you, okay? For the fearless Mary. It's actually considered something called deadpan, right? I had a girlfriend a while back, great girlfriend. This is maybe 10 years ago. And she used to always go, I can't tell when you're joking. That's the point. It's only meant for the smart, the intelligent. Luna Martinez. You don't know deadpan? Deadpan is it's like when you say something and you just keep a straight face and someone's like, is he joking? You don't English people, their sense of humor is like this. Like you'll make a comment and you won't laugh about it, you won't react. You make a comment and someone's like, was that a joke? Or it's like an innuendo, right? Sarcasm. It's like sarcasm with your face is deadpan, like you look serious. Like Norm Macdonald would be one of those people that was deadpan. What's chicken for? Who is Luna Martinez? It's not Eduardo. All right, Mary, you coming on or what? Dry sense of humor. But deadpan specifically just means you tell a joke and you hold your face straight. So when you hold your face straight and your body language straight, someone's like, are you joking or not? But the intelligent, smart person that's on the same level might go, yeah, I got that. Other people, it kind of goes over their head sometimes. So when he's like, I love how serious you get. I think everyone. Oh, is that what it was? Okay, because I was wondering. I've seen Luna Martinez before. All right, gotcha. No matter how chill you are, there's certain moments when you will get serious, right? People can get you serious. It's all right, Miguel. Petty Betty was just bluffing. She doesn't want to talk about it. I thought you went on a date and you were going to break it down. Well, let me go through this a little bit before. It's not worth the reopening of the wound. 99 problems. Bread-crumb is the bare minimum to keep someone on the hook. I don't have social media besides here. All right. I know she's trying right now. It's not working. It's not working. The link's not there. All right. She's been on before. What's up, Ben? How are you, bud? There's steaks now. Yeah. She's not shy. I think if I had to guess, and tell the truth, Betty, you're putting on some makeup and you're getting your hair ready. Chicken of the Year award. That's like from when I was a kid calling people chicken. What's going on, Petty Betty? The link's up. Are you breadcrumbing me? Okay, Grandpa. Grandpa. Couldn't imagine being a grandpa. Just waiting, Mary. You know, it's a good topic I haven't broached before. Top 5 breakup songs that you... Do people listen? Was there a song when you broke up? I don't think people do this as much. But is there a breakup song that you played over and over again? I've talked about this a few times, but a long time ago. Probably make it a topic another time. But it'd be nice to have a list. I'm going to come out with a newsletter pretty soon. It'd be nice to have a list of top 3 breakup songs of the week. Feels like, I don't know, because the weird thing about music now, because when I was a kid, like you'd listen to the radio, and the radio, when I say radio station would introduce you to new songs, right? Like, so you'd be like, oh, this is what's new. It's not really like that anymore. You kind of have to fish around for new songs. But Love of My Life by Queen. So that wasn't a breakup song for you, but have you guys had any songs out there that post breakup, when it would come on, or you'd play it over and over again as your breakup song? See? I'm having trouble. Is that the name of the song, or you're having trouble with the link? I knew she was going to say that. Here you go. It's not me, it's you. I don't think it's not. I would. You Decorated My Life by Kenny Rogers is also tremendous. Wow, Kenny Rogers, that's an old one. Kenny Rogers. She really is having trouble with the link. I guarantee it. What is it? Lies a song? And if you look back, there was way more songs about breakups. Now a lot of the songs are more about well, I don't know, because I don't know a lot of new music. I don't know. I listen to a lot of old music. So what am I saying? I actually saw Kenny Rogers in person at a hotel, like at a brunch. And it's like, that's Kenny Rogers, because he has such a unique look. Oh my goodness. The link's only 4 spots above. Oh, so you don't want to come on? Okay, so you were bluffing. That's okay, hon. You can make excuses. That's okay. Like, the important thing is just don't, if you have your makeup off, you can go audio only. Yeah, that's fine. Is your nephew keeping you hip with the music out nowadays, Mac? His lingo always gets you confused, I heard. I haven't talked to him for a little while. We've been trying to get in touch, but he's a underground rapper. He's good. Actually, I don't know if I could pull it up. I don't know if it would let me pull it up on my email. He's got a pretty deep song, actually. I dare you to go on this date with no makeup. I don't think he has SoundCloud. Let me see if I can pull this up. I think I emailed it to myself. Let me pull this up. I'm always telling him to start a YouTube channel too with his. He's good. Well, I haven't talked to him for a while. My nephew's yeah, what's up? Yeah, who's over there? Well, he's got some good lingo. Let's see here. Let me see if I can get this. No, he sent it to me on WhatsApp. All right, Mary, when you come on, you won't be automatically on, so you can turn off the audio once you're already in the link. So when you click the link will bring you in like a waiting room. And then I have the power to put you on, so then you can figure out the audio only. Is that good? If that made sense. Oh my goodness. Rye Flint, you're gonna have to step in. You're gonna have to step in or I'm gonna cut this live stream short if we don't get this done. Don't be a quitter. Man, I want to pull that up. Man. Now you want me. All right. Wow. It came in for a minute. It says device not connected. We got 10 waiting for you, hon. You better have some good things to talk about. Shh. Let's see here. I'm gonna find it. All right, there it is. So I can send this to my email. The funny thing about this, when I share this, if I can pull this up, my nephew's rap, he's gonna be, because I always joke with him, I'm gonna put you on the thing, and he's gonna be pissed. You put me on there? You didn't ask me? You put that up? Mary. There you go. All right. Mary.
Yeah.
You're live. I don't know why, but your video's on.
Oh my god.
Yeah. We're seeing everything.
Oh my god, how do I look?
This is really uncomfortable.
I'm pale, right? Is it really? It's not that bad, is it? I'm like really pale.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god, take me off.
Wow,
please.
You look great with no makeup. Jeez.
Really? Oh my god.
Everyone can see right now.
Can I block it? Can you block it?
No, it's all right. This is part of you being vulnerable.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this is a life-changing moment for you right now, okay?
Oh my god. Why can't I read anything?
This is part of your growth right now. Everyone, I don't know, but on your camera, you can't see that you're on, but you're on right now. Everyone's like, wow, she looks really good without makeup.
Really? Aw.
Yeah.
Are you guys just saying that?
You look great.
Do you like my hair?
Excellent. Blonde, right?
I think it's kind of, yeah. I think I overtone it. It's kind of too platinum. It's like really, you like it though?
I like it. It looks good.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Ben W has the super chat. I can't read anything.
Well, thank you, hon.
I still can't read anything.
You can't what?
I still can't read anything.
Read?
Yeah, I can't read anything. I never can read anything.
In the super chat?
I never can read anything. Every time I get on, I never can read anything. It's like you block me or something.
On the live stream?
Yeah, I never can read it. Every time I'm on, I never can read it.
Oh, once you come into the chat, I don't know how that works, but don't worry about it. I'll translate for you. So,
It's like you're in the
what's going
show.
on?
Everyone can see and hear you. Oh
I'm
God,
just,
isn't
I'm going
that
to tell
really
you,
bad?
no, I'm going to tell you the truth now. Your video's not on, so it's just your sound. I was just teasing you.
Oh, okay, okay.
All right. So that's a weight off your shoulders, right? Okay, so let's talk about this guy that asked you out. What happened? What went down? What's your feelings here?
Okay, what do you want me to say? Like
Well, this isn't
level?
staged. This is live, hun. So I don't want you to say anything. I want you to just tell me the truth. So that would.
I never lie. What are you talking about?
All right. So is this the same guy that you talked to me about before, Mr. Big?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to call him that? Yeah, he makes sense. Yeah.
You called him that. You told me that before.
Oh, I did?
So it's the same guy, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you canceled on him for Ruth Chris Steakhouse before, correct?
No, it wasn't Ruth's Steakhouse. It was
a really good one though, similar to that level.
Yeah, it was on the Food Network channel that I really.
And the reason that you canceled on him is that you got cold feet because
I met this other guy and I didn't want, and he wasn't as he had potential, but like what but like he doesn't. I don't want to sound materialistic or like gold digger ish, but like he didn't have
okay.
a lot to offer, but he was a good guy.
All right, let's just be honest. That's what it is. Your video's not on, so no one's gonna know. So you like guys that make more money. Guilty. Okay, good for you. It's all right. I'm sure there's a army of other women that would get behind you on that, and that's totally fine.
But I do. But look, I gave him up. Not gave him up, but like I canceled on that guy to give this guy. I mean,
Can I ask you a direct personal question? You can answer it or not answer it because I'm just curious. We were recently talking in the stream about the 26% of America supposedly hasn't had sex in a year.
Mm-hmm. I haven't had sex since COVID. Remember?
Since COVID, so 2 years.
Yeah, since COVID.
So you agree that maybe it's 26% in America? Do you think that's possibly true?
I don't know. I mean, I haven't. I've been on a bunch of dates since then, but I haven't had sex.
You've had opportunities. You've just been really picky.
I hate that word. Do you think I am picky? I don't think I'm picky. I think I just value my be more now. I guess
that's okay. I mean, that's a real answer. I don't think that's a bad thing. So you feel like, because I've had other women tell me being single right now that they feel like with dating apps and different things that they feel like when they go out, guys are just trying to hook up way too fast. Do you feel like that?
I don't have social media or dating apps, Mac. I've been on dates by like people I'm meeting
at work mainly, right?
Yeah. All right. So I'm working in, you know where I'm working in. I'm not at the beach anymore. I'm not at the beach anymore. I'm where
You're in Georgia, right?
Yeah, I'm where the golf.
Someone came on yesterday that was from Georgia, actually, briefly.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
a guy or a girl?
Woman. Just in the live stream. She just asked a couple questions about breadcrumbing.
Really?
But let's get back to this. All right. So the guy that's asked you out on a date, it's been since COVID. Will you tell him that? Will you be like, it's been since COVID since I've actually been with someone intimate?
Why would I need to tell him that? I think men would like that if they heard that.
I think men wouldn't be scared from it. They would want
me more. They would probably try to get in my pants more.
Is that something you want?
Tell him that. Why would I do that? Because he'll want to try to get in my pants more. That's what I think. Because then, like, it's more valuable, right? I mean, not valuable, but like, it's more harder to get because I haven't. You know what
Do
I'm
you
talking
feel
about?
like, did you ever use dating apps before?
Yeah, I have, but like, yeah, but I
What's
haven't.
your reason? What's your reason for not using them? That you just get blown up with too many DMs and stuff, or
Yeah, how you know? Yeah,
I
it's
don't. I'm just asking questions.
yeah, because it's like yeah, it's because guys are always gonna guys they'll swipe you because you're a girl. It's easy. You know what I mean? Well,
hmm
I think so. I think so because this happens to me. So
If you
yeah,
really, all right, so you're at a point where it's been 5 years since you've been intimate with a man.
five
So
years. What the hell? I didn't say 5 years, huh?
just,
I didn't say all
I
that,
just
but
want to see if you're listening because I know you play on your phone sometimes, and I thought maybe you weren't listening completely. So I
I
just wanted to
can't.
see if
I
you were
didn't see
listening. That's
anything.
just a listening check. That's how that
Oh,
works. All right, so
it's been
it's
since
been
COVID. Has COVID been 5 years?
I don't know, COVID's 3 years, 2 years.
Oh, and I also think what your question about like 26% or whatever having sex. Also, maybe COVID has an effect with that because then people are more like, ooh, they don't want to get sick, and part of it, they don't want to, or
Would you say this though, Mary? Would you say that if someone had an online relationship like during COVID and they were pleasing themselves online, camera to camera, would that count as intimacy?
you mean like phone sex?
Zoom
Mm,
sex, like video, like Skype. So it's a little bit different than probably phone because you could see each other. Would you say that
well,
that
you're still using a phone, Mac.
would you
So
say
that's
that counts as intimacy?
I don't like. I don't know if you get off of it. Yeah, why not?
Have you
If
done
you
have you done that before?
no,
Okay. This guy that you're going to meet, there's been
no,
a lot of
I met
buildup. There's been a lot of buildup. We can agree on that. That's been stated.
I met
So
him already.
you met him already?
Yeah, we met. I didn't
And
meet him online, Mac. I met him already.
I know,
Uh-huh.
I know the
Remember?
story. So now
Uh-huh.
that you've met him and you turned him down one time, right? You guys had a date and then you were like, I can't make it, right?
Yeah, I canceled on him. Dang,
Which was a
I hope he
lie.
doesn't hear. Huh? Which
Don't
it
worry.
wasn't a lie.
I'm
I
not
I
that
really did
popular.
cancel on. What do you mean you're not that popular?
I'm just saying
I'm
the channel's not that popular. That's why sometimes people come on the live stream, they're not that worried because they're like, oh, this guy doesn't get a bunch of views, so don't worry about it. It's like 100 views a video. And your face isn't up there, but you're not saying anything bad. But if you were attracted to this guy, let's just say that this is the best date Mary's had in a long time. You're highly attracted to him, and would you make the move first? Would you go in for the kiss, or dare I say, do something else aggressive because of the buildup you have right now? Are you there? Are you covering your mic? Mary's gone off the air here. I don't know what happened. Was that a question that was too deep? It says she's still on. I have a feeling she's talking, but she doesn't know that the mic's off. Unbelievable. Eduardo says that does count as intimacy. I mean, is it, Rye Flint, will you make the move? As the female, will you make a first move?
hello.
Oh,
Ugh,
what happened,
I
Mary?
I I guess I accidentally muted it or something. I
And
don't
you
know
were
how I did.
answering already.
Yeah, I was like talking, and then I was like, "What are you talking about?" And then like, then you guys
All right.
started
So
saying. I mean, you started
I
saying,
said, my question was, you got this buildup. It's been a
"What's everybody
while.
saying?"
They're saying that we lost her. That's all. So
Hi, everyone.
So the question is, being that this is a guy that you've met, you've got some good feelings about him, would you be willing to make the first move if he's a little shy about the first move? Like, would you go in for the kiss first? Yeah?
Of course. Yeah.
All right, man. So what would that take? What would be an ideal approach for this guy to really...
I'll look him in the eyes, and then like I'll get close to him. And then that's it. When he looks in my eyes, it's over.
Really?
Yeah. He's already into me. He's already into me, Mac.
Are you into him?
We'll see. I'm into him enough.
Are you guys going to that same restaurant that you wanted to go to before?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's cool. And he was cool that you kind of bailed on him last time and that you reorganized a new day. Because basically what you did is he asked you out. Let me just put some clarification. I don't think you mind me saying this. He asked you out. You were excited to go to this restaurant that he invited you to. Right. You know him a little bit through friends. You were excited about it. Right. And
he was asking about.
And then you canceled the date maybe 2 days before the reservation for this fancy restaurant. And then how long? And he was okay with it. He was like, all right, fine.
Yeah, and he didn't make me feel guilty or anything. Like,
and now it's been like 3 weeks or a month. And now he was like, oh, yeah, we can go to that restaurant again. Did you contact him or did he contact you?
Well, he came back in. And then
it's your place of service. Okay.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, fuck. And then like my boss was like, well, what do you want me to say? Or I'm like, oh, I'm not going to make it awkward. And I was like, fucking, I already told him, and then I was like, I'll just come up and talk to him. So I finished my client and then I went, she was doing him and then, like, not doing him, but like she was doing his service. Right. And then I came over and then like we sat and like, I sat next to him and we were just talking and like, I got to know him even more better. And, I was like, yeah. So I told him like, I explained, I was like, I really wanted to, I was like, I'm such a foodie that like, I was so excited to go, but like, I really got sick and I explained that like, I wasn't around here because I really was at my parents', which is not far, but like a good 3-hour drive, from where we are, and he's like, oh, I didn't know that. And then, I'm like, yeah. So, I was really sick though, Mac, remember?
Mm-hmm.
I was sick. And then like, and also I wanted to like, kind of give, the other guy a chance to, show
and
me.
The other guy didn't work out.
He's
what happened? Let's talk about it. This is what this platform is for. Please be open, okay?
Okay, I am open. Okay, that guy, oh my God. Okay, the only thing about him is so annoying is that like the language. Remember I told you?
Oh, because he's the same nationality as you.
Yeah, but like not really.
And you like the idea that because you guys speak the same language.
No, I speak English. He doesn't. Gosh, and that's so annoying. Yeah.
But you speak the same. But you speak
I speak Vietnamese, but like Mac, I don't speak about my feelings. I don't even know how to say feelings in Vietnamese.
Oh, because you just don't do it conversationally.
Yeah.
You speak to your family in Vietnamese?
Dude, yeah, but like when I talk to my dad about my feelings, it's in English.
Ah, interesting.
My dad texts me in English. About
so it was just hard. It was just hard to express and the thing about when you do two languages, right? Is it's one thing to know a language, it's another thing to process quick.
Yeah, and like
because you got to translate in your head. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I can't read or write my language, or like, yeah. So English is my first language.
Can you?
I can't read or write.
So we can just get a little taste of Vietnamese as a language. Can you just throw something out there that's like a kind statement?
What do you
want? Fast, isn't it? Vietnamese speak fast, right? It's a fast language.
Okay, how about this? They sao am so damn. I threw in an English word, so that means why are you so pretty?
Why is because that's something you've heard from men before. Okay, nice. Desal, say again.
They sao am so damn. Well, I should take out the so.
Desal o dem sao. Oh,
They
nice
sao
language.
am. They sao am so damn.
So when you were on the date, it was just hard because of the language barrier. I gotcha. I gotcha. All right. So
No,
that
and
is
like
that
it's
what eliminated
annoying.
it?
It's
Well,
annoying, Mac, because like I feel like okay, I don't want to sound like a bitch, but like I was trying to explain to him, and then or like I was talking to him, and I can't have a conversation with him, and he's a great guy. He makes money too, just not as much as the other guys. But I did
but that
cancel
doesn't
on.
matter. I'm just stating it.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, but like, come on,
It
man.
doesn't matter to me, but I just wanted to throw that out there. Okay.
Yeah, but I did cancel on the guy that makes more money for him. So that means that I'm not really a gold digger, or like, I mean, you know what I mean? But
I
like,
never said you're. I think gold digger's overused. I mean, that's a term for
yeah.
someone that's in an extreme case.
So
And there's
I did
actually a
get.
website for people that pursue that. There's sugar daddy sites. There's women that I've known that are like, oh, I met him on a sugar daddy site. I'm like, there's really sites like that. She's like, yeah. Like, why would a guy want to post that about himself? But if a woman wants one of those guys, you can go to those sites. So
Yeah.
go ahead. I'm sorry, I totally interrupted you there. So you got this
What
guy.
was I talking about?
All right, the date with
Hey,
the guy that
did
you liked
Ben
more.
W? Hey, what's
Yeah.
up, Ben W? Did you throw in that super chat for Matt? Did he?
Are you talking to me or are you talking to Ben on the phone?
I'm just saying, like on the shout
He
out.
did. He
Shout out.
did. He did. He did. He
Oh,
put
he
down
did. Okay, thanks.
500. I'll split it with you. No. All right.
Damn,
So this guy.
Ben W. What's up? Holla at your girl. What's up, Ben
Right.
W?
So this guy. So let's just get into this because it's interesting to hear.
Wisconsin is
Do
so
you
far
feel
from where-
like going to the state, this guy that you were interested in, that you thought was going to be good, what went wrong and what went right? So the language was a problem because it's a first date. The language was a problem, which wasn't his fault. It just was something that was awkward for you because
it is his fault because he needs to learn English. Oh, dang, that just sounds so bad. But like, I mean, I had to learn Vietnamese. Oh, do I sound really bad right now? I'm just saying, Mac, you tried dating someone that you can't talk to. It's really annoying, huh?
I live in another country where I don't speak the language, so it's happened a few times.
Well, and like you talk a lot too, like it's really freaking annoying.
That's what Google Translators for. So
I don't have time. I mean, I do have time for that, but like, it's so annoying because like I was
so
trying
you guys. So when you guys were in the middle of talking, you were getting thrown off, right?
No, and then like okay, so then like I guess like he's not Americanized, so like the culture's new to him,
Right.
Yeah, so he's not Americanized, so like
So after so probably halfway through the date, you thought like, oh, it's not going anywhere, it's not good. So did you feel like he wanted to go out again, but you were like, I'm not going to go out again? And how did you handle that?
I just said I'm busy, and then he was like, oh, okay, and then he tried a couple more times, and then I'm like, okay, well, I'm really busy.
So if he started speaking,
but he thought like like I don't know, maybe like they think that like I don't know, I think that in our culture or however it's like she's playing hard to get, like she's shy, like
he said that, or you're just assuming that?
I think that because like why would you keep asking a girl out when she says no or she's making up excuses? He really believes that like I'm really that busy.
Well, maybe on the date you showed interest.
Well, I wasn't rude.
Did you give him a hug? Like, how did it end the last date?
He like
All right, you can't tell us. It's all right. Maybe it's a little bit
No, I mean, I don't know what you.
graphic.
No, it's no. There's no graphic. I didn't do anything. Like I didn't give him a chance to even get close.
So in
Or
3 months, let's say he comes back and he speaks great English. Would that be a game changer?
oh my gosh, he might have got what's that thing called? The Rosario or what is it called?
Rosetta Stone.
Oh yeah, Rosetta. He does.
Would that make a difference?
Huh? Wait, hold on. Wait, what do you mean? What? With it?
I mean, that's the number one problem, right? It's so funny because communication's big, right? So. Are you looking up Rosetta Stone right now? Oh, we lost her again.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you clear.
Okay.
So this new guy. So, how are you going into this date? Do you feel like this is an interesting question as a female? You got asked out, right? Asked out.
Better ask somebody,
right?
Yes.
Do you feel like he's got to win you over?
What?
He's got to do some impressive things to win you over.
Are you talking about Mr. Big?
Yeah, the guy that. Yeah.
No, because
He's older, right? What's the age gap?
No, he's not. Well, he's not that much older. He's only like a year older.
Oh, okay.
So he's like our age, He's cool. Yeah. Like he's cool. He golfs. He's like in this golf thing, and he went to the Masters. Like that's exclusive, You don't. Not everybody gets to go to the Masters, So he's pretty exclusive.
That's a pretty big deal for golfers. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I know.
Are you going to be aggressive a little bit with him?
I'm not going to be aggressive. I'm going to be like a little girly because men like feminine, like, they don't like you to be too aggressive. They don't want you to know things. Got to act like a girl, a lady. Then when he gets me, then I'll show him. Just kidding.
Are you feeling like since it's been since COVID that you got intimate that you're?
What are you talking about? I haven't had sex since COVID.
Right. I'm saying, like, do you feel like it's time, or do you want to wait longer? Are you feeling like kind of like to get the ball rolling here?
I mean, remember my cousin passed away not just last year, and like I was going through all that shit. So like,
okay, so that's part of it. Some family grieving. That's understandable.
Yeah. So then
I'm not saying about the past or why you were like that. No judgment on that. I'm just saying, are you at a point now? I just had a client earlier today before I did the live stream. We were just talking like 2.5 years ago when he first came to me with some issue. Yeah. He didn't have a good job. He was living in an area he didn't like, and now he's doing really well. He's got a new apartment. He's like, I'm ready. Like he put off dating for like a couple of years because other parts of his life weren't complete. So I'm saying, like, do you feel like even though you've been in a bit of a dry spell?
That's because I was getting myself ready for.
Right. So now you're in a position where you're like, I'm ready. Yeah,
I've been going on dates, Mac. You know that.
Right. I've
been accepting dates and going on them,
Good.
But like if I feel the attraction and connection, then it's on. I don't have to plan anything. I don't have to do anything. It's just like, let's go. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna plan it. Oh, I'm gonna have sex with him tonight, or this and that. It's like if
you don't do that.
I don't plan it. Yeah. Well, I mean, I think I did when I was younger. Like I was like, oh, this guy. Like I was like, remember that, or like let me see. No, I don't think I ever really. Let me think about it. Like no, I don't think I ever really planned sex, Mac. I think the men do, because then like they have to like woo me, right? Yeah.
What's some of the things that over the years being an experience?
I think women gets the key, or like we have the say to it's gonna happen. But then like men is the one, like you guys are the one that is the challenge.
Have you ever been rejected or turned down before where you wanted it?
No, come on, Mac.
I don't know. Just a question.
Sex?
So
are you serious?
Yeah.
No, never.
Okay. So would you say though that like, what are some of the things looking back at your dates over the years, being someone that's a serial dater, if you were to say like, what are the things that guys overlook in a date that really gets you? Like that might be overlooked. Like what's something
if he's cheap, that's
okay.
like,
So
dude,
being cheap is
so
number
dry.
one.
If he's cheap, that makes me so dry.
That makes you so dry. Okay.
It ain't happening. Like, it ain't happening. Yeah. Like, whoa, yeah.
Okay, so cheap's number one. So we've already established that this guy's making more money.
And I have this thing that this is how I like, I guess like test. No, I don't test a guy.
All women test. It's true. Okay, so what's the test?
Okay, dang, I'm telling all my secrets. No, not secrets, but like I'll talk about it. I don't care. Like, you know, when you're talking about shit testing and stuff like that, I never even knew what that was or whatever.
Well, you don't plan to do it. It's just a subconscious thing that you do. What are your tests?
Okay, when we go on a date, like how he tips. Like I always check, but then like sometimes they go up to the thing and they pay first, so I don't really know. But like yeah,
when a generous tipper is something that turns you on. Okay. Yeah. And you're in a service industry yourself with your job, so you appreciate that. So that's kind of congruent with who you are. I understand that.
Yeah.
It's like someone that's I had an ex-girlfriend that like always wanted to tip really high or big because her parent or one of her parents was a waitress. So it's, you know, it's understandable.
Yeah. So, like my brother or my cousins and my brother-in-law, like they tip really good because they say that it'll come back around to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So big tipper is a big one. What else is there? What are some other things that you're like?
A funny ass guy. Like, okay, I had a ex-boyfriend one time that like I wasn't, and I love this guy. This the one in Atlanta. Remember the one that I had to move away from? Because like, yeah, he I was never attracted to him, but he was my friend first. I think I talked about it. I think I told you about him, right? Like he was my friend first. And so I love those relationships. So Mac, like when they're your friend first, and then like, but those are the hardest breakups to me.
So would you say because they were more like a friend, you were less attracted?
No, I wasn't attracted as in like physical attraction because like I wasn't like I wasn't attracted to him in that way, but he was funny as fuck. And like we would like go back and forth like as friends first, you know, like bantering back and forth. And you know, I'm pretty good at talking shit, you know. You know I am, Mac. And
sure.
He can keep up with me, and like we have the same type of music, and like we're like battle music, like I don't know. Do you play this game? Like I'll find a song and then like I'll send him a song and he'll send me a song and it's like, yeah, this one's better. And then, like, it's, yeah.
Do you think he was being friends with the idea of hooking up, but you knew it and you didn't mind?
No, I didn't. I never thought I would ever fuck him, but then we became a couple. But then when he was never, okay, he was never a good boyfriend. Like he was like the worst boyfriend in the world.
Was the intimacy good?
Yeah, it was.
Okay, so that counts, right? So that's the reason why you did it again and again.
Because he loved me, Mac. Like he thought I like he thought, I mean, he thought I was like the hottest girlfriend, you know.
And you didn't think he was the hottest guy?
No, he wasn't. He was not.
See that?
Huh? What?
You're like, he thought I was the hottest girl, and you're like, I wasn't attracted to him though, but we were good friends and we joked around a lot. That's cool. You had a connection. I mean, that's the other thing about it though too, is like a lot of people out there say like, oh, you could never be friends first. Sometimes it works for some people.
Yeah.
Attraction wins the day though. That's what gets people to come back a lot of times from a breakup, is like, are they still attracted, or do they always find you really attractive? You know? So
yeah.
that's what kept
We're
you.
friends now, and like
Huh?
we're friends now. Like he'll text me every year for my birthday, Christmas, and like just text, and like yeah, and he'll always ask about my brother and stuff like that, because he was a big part of my life,
Yeah.
but he was like the worst boyfriend. Like, yeah, he's a very good friend, but he's the worst boyfriend. Like,
What did he need to do to be a better boyfriend?
what
Tip
did
bigger?
him? No, he was a good. No, he was a good tipper. Like, yeah, he was
So
a good.
funny.
Yeah, I wouldn't stay with a guy. He wouldn't be my boyfriend if he was a bad tipper, Mac. Like that.
What
Like,
if
that would make me so dry.
what if
I'm like so not turned on by that cheap man. Huh?
what if you went out with a guy and you were going out for a little while and he ended up being one of those guys that loves to go to garage sales?
I love garage sales, Mac. What are you talking about? What's wrong with garage sale? Like, you can find old vintage shit. I love vintage shit. I go to thrift stores, Mac. Like, you can find
That
old
wouldn't be
shit.
cheap. That wouldn't be a cheap thing.
No, because you can find like those are like scarce stuff that you can find at thrift stores and garage sale. I'm not going there to like. I'm going there to find treasure. I'm not going there to shop on a daily thing. You know what I'm talking about? Like, actually, he was one like that. He took me to like a bunch of thrift stores in Atlanta where I got like this pair of like really old turquoise. It's really hard to find like real turquoise. The stone, because now they make a lot. Yeah, the jewelry gem, like turquoise.
A lot of it's fake now.
Yeah, I have a pair that is like it's real sterling silver, because it doesn't say 925, because now it says 925, but back in the days it says sterling silver. You know what I'm talking about? So that those are really old. You know what I mean? And then that's real, like maybe Indian, like real old, and it has craters in the gem of the turquoise. Well, anyways,
I believe you. All right, so
I have it. I can show you.
I believe you. You don't have to show me. I believe you that you got vintage turquoise jewelry that's authentic and real and better than the stuff they make now. 100%. I'm with you, and I'm actually very happy for you. But the thing I was going to say is, Rye Flint just in the comments was just saying that.
Hi, Rye Flint.
I had male friends most of my life, but they always try to hook up with me. Have you had the same thing? I've had other women say that before. And I'm one of those, like, I could be friends with women, but like if do you think that's true that every guy that's been your guy friend has been trying to hook up with you?
Maybe in the back of their head that they think that I'm hot and stuff like that, but then like they don't try to cross that line.
But don't you feel like if the guy go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but like recently, like one of like my guy friends that like yeah, he had like opened up to me, and then he's like, yeah, I've always like been in love with you, and I was like, oh my gosh, and then I was like, but I said, oh, thank you, but like I can't, because you dated one of my best friends. So yeah, of course there is, like, of course, because of course there are friends that are like would think, well, oh, maybe I have a chance, or maybe not, you know what I mean?
But if
I was a guy, hell yeah, I would want to try to oh, who's that?
Sorry. This is my nephew. I found the music. You guys want to hear this real quick?
Yeah. Oh, right. I think you showed it to me, Mac.
All right, let me see if it'll play for you guys.
Didn't you show me this video already, Mac?
Different guy. Sorry, different guy.
I think you showed it the song, that your nephew's song.
Can you guys hear that? Yeah.
It's like I hide from the daylight, come alive at night. Life ain't long, so don't waste time. Sticking on in tonight. Like some bitch gotta realize she get many when the real die. Even off the drugs on the thugs, I still cry up to the love. But for them, I keep my head high like drain. Battle after battle. Feel like crashing down, like I'm going full throttle. Drowning in my pain. Sometimes it be hard to swallow. Don't wanna die young, but I can be going tomorrow. When I'm feeling all this pressure on me, I just wanna do better for me. Taking L's like they're lessons to me. Trying to turn them into blessings. This is a welcome to my depression. Hey, misunderstood. I'll tell you I'm straight before I say I ain't good. Product of the hood where it really ain't sweet. But my mama raised me right, streets and turned me to a G. Gotta keep my peace and I ain't talking about no truth. Quitting's for the weak, we was taught to never lose. But the day I lost you, I ain't been the same since. But word to my mama, we gon' be okay, sis. Man, I wish you could've lived, and I'll take your place. I ain't living safe, I can die any day. Contemplating suicide, I just wanna see your face. Disappointing everybody, I can never get a break. Plotting on the greatest state to get me out this life I live. It's like I'm drowning in this life of sin. I can't lie, I need you, mama, and it hurts. You ain't here for me. Dropping tears while I'm listening to this beat, like.
Oh.
He looks Asian.
That just touches me.
He's so handsome.
My nephew's half Polynesian. He's half Tongan. Tongan Samoan.
That's probably why. I love his smile.
Yeah, he's popular. He gets approached when we go out. He gets approached a lot.
The Asian persuasion.
He's not Asian.
Well, what was Polynesian?
Polynesian's Polynesia.
So that's part Asian.
Polynesia's like Hawaii, Tonga, Samoa, all those countries.
Whatever. That's a little Asian in it.
I think that, I mean, I'm biased because that's my nephew, but that was that was like a real song for him, like a real.
Yeah, he was talking about like something about depression or something, right?
Yeah. But
I was paying attention, but not really. I mean, I was kind of, because I have to. It's 222. Okay. Make a wish, everyone.
Wish made. It's 122 for me. Yeah, no. I think he's pretty good though.
Rob, make a wish, Rob, because he's on the same time as me. And so is Ben. Tell Ben to make a wish. Ben's on the East Coast too.
Ben is?
Yeah, he's on Wisconsin, right? That's East Coast, right? Is that where Wisconsin is? Well, I don't know. I know that's Green Bay.
All right. Okay, so.
Okay, what were we talking about?
Too much. I think we're gonna have to be continued on this. I think we really want to hear about your date, and if possible, maybe you can get like a earpiece in when you're dating, and you can talk to us on a live stream. Is that possible?
When I'm on a date?
Would you be open to that?
That would be so fun. But like, if it gets any hot, or like if I'm gonna turn off that mic or turn off the
Oh man, you're funny. All right.
What?
So what's your objective on this date?
What do you mean objective? I don't know that question.
Let's just be honest. What's your intentions going into this date? Just to have a good dinner or what?
I want to eat the food, Mac. Like, I already know what I'm gonna pick out.
So you're going on the date for a really good dinner first and foremost.
No, not Mac. That's not really the reason.
What are you asking, Miguel? Like a poll, maybe, is what you're saying? I don't know if you can do polls on live chats. I don't know how to do it, but for StreamYard, I don't have it, as far as I know.
Tell Miguel to come on.
He's been on many times.
I know. Tell him to come on with me right now.
I don't think it can be a 3-way.
What?
I don't
Yeah,
think
we did last time, remember? And then
we had
that girl
3
was
on
like,
at once.
yeah, remember? And then you kicked me off because then like I was asking that girl some questions, and then you're like, oh, that girl didn't like it when you were on. I was like, no, she was talking to me, but then you thought that I should have been kicked off or something, and then I was like, oh,
Okay, so he is asking that. Wait, can we do a panel? He wants
oh,
to come
he
on
is.
here.
Oh yeah, come on, Miguel.
All right, cool, man.
Me and him could talk. We can tag team on you, Mac. Well, Miguel
I'll
was
pass
calling
the
me a
tag team for
chicken.
both of you.
Was Miguel calling me a chicken? He can apologize to me online. Is Luna's Eduardo still on? Is Eduardo on?
It's funny because my nephew's calling me right now. I wonder if he was watching.
Answer it.
It won't come through on the thing. I gotta call him up. Huh. Isn't that funny how things work in the middle of the live stream when I just played his song?
Yeah.
I haven't heard someone for a long time.
He was in tune. Sometimes
you were on for a second.
What? Say what?
He was just on. I don't know. He fell off, but we have to make a schedule. Wow. Tomorrow I have to take her to the hospital. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Miguel.
Miguel?
He's saying my mom has surgery tomorrow. I have to take her to the hospital. Okay.
Oh, so he can't come on?
I guess.
Chicken.
Well, I mean, his reason's pretty good. You know what I mean?
No, I'm teasing him.
I like to joke around too, but his mom's having surgery. Maybe he has to go to sleep or something. I don't know.
Okay, well, I was
gonna make fun of him when he just said something like that.
Well, he called me a chicken, and he put like 3 chicken heads on the thing. He was calling me a chicken head. He knows I'm playing.
Have some compassion for the man.
He knows I'm playing. Miguel, I hope it goes well with your mom.
All right, we'll plan on coming back on tomorrow. This was good today. I'm at 2 hours right now. We have 11 on deck, the usual suspects. I'm gonna be more regular as far as the live streams for this week. Petty Betty, I really do appreciate that you came on. We do still have a session to be had, so maybe we'll have it after your call.
After my date.
Yeah, I am gonna be on a the name of the channel is called Expanded Minds.
Oh yeah, I'm supposed to. I wanted to I needed to talk to you too, but like I gotta reschedule that.
Absolutely, that's fine.
Yeah,
it's absolutely fine. Expanded Minds podcast. If you look up this guy's channel on YouTube, cool dude. He's about 22. He interviews people about spiritual stuff and different things.
Okay.
He actually interviewed me, but it's not on the channel yet. But we're gonna do a live stream on his channel. Maybe in 2 days. So, and it's funny because it's like, yeah, he was saying like, oh, let's schedule a time, which I'm so bad about. All right, so let's what I can commit. Let me see my schedule tomorrow. Tomorrow I can commit to 10 a.m. my time, which is 11 p.m. Eastern, which is I think 9 p.m. your time. What time is it? Oh, you're not on the West Coast. You're East Coast too, huh?
Yeah, I'm in East Coast.
All right, so 11 p.m. Eastern. All right, I'll see you tomorrow.
11.
When's your date? In 2 days or 1 day?
Thursday, but I'm not.
You sound so excited. You're not going to eat all day, huh?
I'm not eating on Wednesday tomorrow. I'm fasting on Wednesday.
Because you really want to get your money's worth on that dinner.
What are you talking about? I'm not paying.
Is it like, oh, I'll get an appetizer, I'll get this, I'll get a side of that?
No, I hope he's not. He doesn't.
I'm a foodie.
I'm a foodie, dude. He knows. Now he knows.
There's women that supposedly have a reputation that they use dating apps to get, fancy dinners.
I'm not
And
like
you
that.
guys, I don't think so. I would
I'm
never
not
put
like
that.
that, Mac.
I would
I'm
never
not,
put that.
but I did tell him I'm a foodie, and like I knew about the restaurant, so he knows I know.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what I want to do is I want to wish you luck on your date, which you don't need, but I'm going to say this: it's time.
What to
The
put
rain.
out?
It's time.
Oh.
The rain's coming. There's been a drought, and it's time. It's not. It's not maybe on this first date, but I have a feeling in maybe 2 or 3 months you'll have a more descriptive. I don't know.
Ready.
I think
I'm ready.
exactly. You said that in a certain way, in a certain tone that everyone knows you are ready. Right?
I'm ready.
Right? And there's a different feeling. There's a different feeling when you're ready.
Yeah.
Right?
If he's the right guy. The right
and
guy
then you come back on, and then maybe you can bring him on the show too, and you'd be like, hey, you know, we've talked about you before you came on. You'd be like, what is this, Coach? Huh?
I know.
Right.
We'll see.
All right, Miguel, I just want to say a nice little short prayer for your mother in surgery. Genuine. I hope she's okay. I hope she comes out of it all right, bud. I mean that sincerely.
Me too, Miguel.
Yeah,
but you're still a chicken.
Okay. Expanded Minds podcast from my good buddy Ezekiel is his name. Like I said, that'll be on in 2 days. Maybe I'll run the schedule for that. And tomorrow I'll be back on. Rye Flint, really appreciate you. Miguel Coronado's been on all night. BW, Rob,
BW, what's up? And Eduardo Martinez. And Rob. Is Rob still on?
It's a tooth surgery. Those can be painful. Okay, well then she should be okay.
Ooh.
It sounds like that's not too serious.
Oh, he's taking his mom to a surgery or what? Oh, okay.
Like that. Wow, you got a really good voice when you concentrate on it. When you like drop in, really? You can do some ASMR maybe.
What do you mean? Like, is it
Look
sexy?
it up. You don't know what ASMR is, right?
Yeah, no, I don't.
What
do you mean? Is it sexy, Mac?
We'll talk about it tomorrow. Take care, hon. It's been good. It's been grand. It is now current.
Bye, everyone.
Appreciate you all. Take care.
Bye.